welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. My name is Neve. This is the first YouTube video I will be uploading in quite some time. Definitely fitting the YouTuber trope of, oh, I'm gonna get back to posting regularly and then just consistently not doing that. But I have picked up the camera so many times over the last year with the intention of getting back to filming, and I think I always just kind of set out with too ambitious of goals and then I'm not able to follow through. So what I wanted to do is just get right back to it and start bringing you guys along again, because I really miss having something, excuse me. I really miss having this record of my life and the things that I'm working on and having these videos to look back on. It feels kind of surreal to look back at most of my bikini prep. I never posted the end of my first bikini prep, and since then I have done a second prep, and now I'm starting to think about what my fitness goals are going to be for the rest of this year. But I wanted to get back to filming and just bring you guys along for the day today, and hopefully get back into a more consistent filming routine and just get comfortable vlogging again. And then we'll kind of get into things as we go along. But it's Tuesday, April 1st. It's currently 10 in the morning. So lately I've been in a pretty consistent routine of waking up around 7:30, 8 a.m. I get up, I go downstairs, I feed the cats, which you guys will get to meet our new cat, Mr. Fig. I'm sure many times throughout this video, but I get up, I feed the cats, and I make myself coffee. I drink my coffee from like 8 till 9. I just sit on the couch, I look at my phone, I do some stuff on my phone, but it's really just super chill time. Then I like to get up and make breakfast around 9 a.m. Oh, I can hear that the laundry's done. But I've been doing, this has been like super consistent for the last while. After my coffee, I make breakfast at 9 a.m. I have the same breakfast 99% of the time, which is just my oatmeal with protein powder, some peanut butter, and some berries. And then by 10 a.m. I like to be going down to our home gym and getting in a workout. Currently, I'm taking a deload week this week, so I am gonna head down to the gym right now. I'm doing upper body. I'm doing upper body. I'm going to do my deload upper body workout, and then I am practicing a little bit of posing, exploring some posing options for the fit model division, which I will get into a little bit more with you guys as I solidify what my plans are going to be with that, but I'll kind of document what that's like. But yeah, I've been doing my workout, a little bit of posing from 10 a.m. and then usually I'm kind of in the gym from 10 till 12. By the time I'm like just done cleaning up the gym, come upstairs, shower, by 12 o'clock I like to eat again. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to start bringing you along for the rest of the day. I'm going to head down into the basement to get my upper body workout in. It's going to be hopefully relatively quick since it is my deload week, so it's going to be about half the volume that I would normally do. I will do 10 minutes of posing practice, but I probably won't show you guys because I'm still figuring everything out. And then I will check in with you guys after the workout to let you know what my plans are for the next part of the day. So let's just go get some upper body training done.
babe. Not too fast.
I am finally eating lunch. It is 12:45. My intention was to eat at 12, but I did a little bit of extra meal prep just as I got things ready. So it doesn't look that beautiful, but I have a Greek salad I showed you guys. This has tomatoes, cucumber, olive, and red onion. It actually just has a little bit of Italian dressing on it because I didn't have any Greek dressing, but it's close enough. And then just some simple kind of steamed potato, one Greek chicken skewer, and 100 grams of zucchini, which this time I made like kind of a sweet garlic or sweet ginger soy, which doesn't really fit this meal, but I just felt like adding a little bit of extra flavor to the zucchini. So I'll probably put most of my salad in here, and then I'm gonna eat that and get some work done after I eat lunch. Say hello to the world, mister. This is your first time on camera on the vlog? Hi, my friend. The world is so lucky to get to know you. Mr. Fig, you're not wearing your sweater. Where's your sweater? You're too cool. It's chilly though, you're gonna get cold. I have been like too cold today for what the weather is outside. It says it's 1 degree out right now, but I'm just thought I would sit down and do a quick check-in with you guys. And Mr. Fig is hanging out with us here as well. He's down on the floor here. I just showed you a clip of him. I am just drinking this Gatorade Zero right now. I have a feeling all my videos going forward are going to have a lot of Fig content in them. He's just so photogenic. My camera roll since we got him in December has been like 80% pictures of Fig and then 20% food pictures. So I have a feeling he will be making frequent appearances in the vlog. He's having a bath right now so you can hear him. You just took your sweater off. Usually we like to keep him in a sweater because if I'm cold, he's definitely freezing. He is usually bundled up, either sitting on the couch with someone, or Johnny like wears his hoodie all day and stuffs Fig under his hoodie to keep him warm. So he is typically sitting either with someone or in the sun, but he does like to look out the window. So we try to keep his sweater on him as often as possible. But I did show you guys what my lunch meal looked like today, and then since then I've just been doing a little bit of work. I don't know if I mentioned explicitly yet, but I am really working. I have set the goal and I'm ready to really work towards. I want to start training in-person personal training clients out of our home gym as like a private personal training studio. So my goal is to be able to be doing that by May. So it's April 1st today. So I'm working on getting things organized, trying to make things look really nice. I have a whole list I've made of the things that I need to do in order for that to happen. So what I've done yesterday actually, we got some more stuff for the gym, like some cleaning stuff, and I want to do like a good full clean of the entire gym. And then I just want to check off boxes of anything that we might be missing in the gym that would be nice if you were a client coming in. So like a hook to hang your coat on, little things like that. I want to go through the gym and make sure we have as many of those things covered as possible. But then also today I did just order, I placed an order for some posters that I want to put up in the gym. Our basement is not finished, and so it's still just like insulation on the walls. It's not drywalled, and then the ceiling is completely open. But I want to make it look as nice as possible, as professional as possible. The equipment we have is very nice. We have nice mats down on the floor. I will give you guys a full tour at some point, but I also want to, like, the entrance to the gym is quite crowded with clutter outside of the house. So I would like to get a shed that we can store like our deck chairs in and just clean up the backyard and make it look a little bit nicer. So that is a big focus for me right now, is trying to get organized and trying to take like actionable steps every day so that I can actually start training people. So fingers crossed, in a month I will have clients who are training with me somewhat regularly here. And yeah, that'll be perfect. I would really like to work part-time as a personal trainer to supplement my part-time work as a nurse. And it's just something that I am really passionate and enthusiastic about. So I would like to, and I've done my personal training certificate and I've just kind of felt stuck with where to go from there. So I'm really hopeful that starting training clients at home is going to be kind of the piece that I've been missing. Because I really care about fitness, and I want to help people find that excitement around fitness and give them workouts that are actually going to benefit them and that they'll see results from, but that they'll enjoy as well. Which of course that really correlates with my own passion for health and fitness. And my journey has definitely been very up and down for the last few years. The last time I was consistently on YouTube, I was preparing for my first bikini competition, which ended up being like pretty hardcore for me, a pretty intense experience. And basically I competed in October of 2023. I struggled post-show, kind of rebounded through November and December. Oh, now Nala is scratching on the door to come in. You would like to come in? So I competed in October of 2023. I struggled a lot post-show, but I think in my head, like a lot more of that was mental than it was physically, in the sense that like my body composition didn't change that drastically from November to January of 2024. But I was feeling really lost in January, just very dissatisfied, confused. I like really kind of so that was January of 2024. 2024, I feel like, was fairly impulsive in my decision making. I decided I would compete again in 2024 because I really wanted to just get back in shape, and then my intention was to do a really controlled reverse diet and then focus on building muscle to compete again in another season. So I did compete in May of 2024. I really didn't share much of that prep. I was self-coached during that time, and overall it went really well. I competed well. I got second place overall in my like class and stuff. I don't know, I got second place overall for bikini short, I think is what I was classified as with the WNBF. And then still struggled post-show. Basically not just struggled, but really was like, I'm not doing this anymore. Kind of threw my hands up in the air post-show. I was training for a marathon at that time. And so of course I gained a lot of weight post-show. I really didn't feel like I could track calories, track macros. I was really in this, like, I had to put some distance between myself and like fixating on food. So I was obviously hyper fixated on food. I worked with a therapist for a little bit to discuss my relationship with food, but that wasn't really resonating with me either. And I've just kind of had this like up and down relationship. Honestly, like immediately post-show, a lot of it is very physiological and just having to replenish what your body has been lacking. But of course that still leads to weight gain. So I did run a marathon in October, and so I was really active up until October. And then November, December, January, February this year, I was just kind of like at my bare minimum. I took a lot of time to recover. I kind of felt like I had been going nonstop since like May of 2023. So it was nice for me to get a chance to recharge, but I definitely don't feel like my best self when I am not taking care of my health and fitness. I enjoy working on my fitness routine. I want to look and feel my best. So finally now I found some like motivation and excitement to get back to being healthy. So I do want to kind of kick this off as like a getting fit for summer phase. I just want to get back to feeling my best. I am running a half marathon in May and my sister's getting married in June. I'm trying really hard to not spread myself too thin this time around. So I want to focus on being healthy, getting back into a shape that I feel comfortable with in my body, building muscle, and really improving my physique in a way that is going to be sustainable so that if I decide to step on stage, I can do that in the most sustainable way possible. I don't want these drastic bulking seasons, cutting seasons. I don't want to gain 40 pounds, lose 40 pounds. I would really like to get back into shape comfortably right now and then not have to get back in shape again. I'd be really happy to not have to lose 25 to 30 pounds again in my lifetime. Because that's just really hard on your body. I feel like I'm starting my journey over again. I am spent the last 4 weeks really just getting comfortable with tracking my calories and my macros again. I'm kind of coaching myself, guiding myself through this process. That's something that I really like to do. So I do want to share as much of this with you guys as I can. So this is kind of just the quick intro update on how things have been going, but I'll give you a quick overview of where I am at today. And then I'm going to try and vlog more daily vlogs so I can just show you guys day by day as things go and as things change. As I mentioned earlier, this week I am taking a deload week. So my goals for today were to do a deload upper body workout, which I did, and I showed you guys some of. Keeping my steps as low as possible this week while still doing my half marathon training. So with that, I am going to run a 45-minute run with my sister this afternoon, and that will give me the bulk of my steps for the day. I'm really working on staying hydrated. So I've had 80 ounces of water so far today, and then this is like 20 ounces, I think. It's 591 milliliters. My goal is to have 4 liters a day. I notice that I'm someone who's like quite sensitive to being dehydrated, so I am trying to keep my water intake high. Like I said, I've just been trying to get back to tracking calories and macros over the last 4 weeks. So I started out tracking at like 2,100 calories just so that it was tracking, really not restricting. That went down to like 1,700, 1,600. And then I am kind of calorie cycling now. So I'm trying to sit at around 1,450 calories a day, which sounds really low. It's relatively low. My intention was to start low and kind of stay here as my body weight goes down. So the deficit kind of starts high and it will decrease as my body weight decreases without having to drop my calories week by week. We will see how my body responds to that. But I'm also doing a high calorie day once a week. That just gives me some more flexibility to fit in birthdays, bachelorette parties, celebrations, things like that. Easter, I think, is coming up. So that gives me the room once a week to have 2,100 calories plus and still be in a deficit overall for the week. So that's kind of where my mind is at with things right now. My weight is honestly not moving at all, but I do feel like my body composition is changing, and I do know for sure that even 1,600, 1,500 calories is putting me in a deficit. So I know that I'm doing all the right things, and I'm trying very hard to just trust the process, trying not to do excessive amounts of cardio right now or increase my steps like crazy. I just want to give my body a chance to adjust to the changes that I've made, and then I will keep taking things week by week, which is why I am not like putting myself under pressure to do a show anytime soon. I'm not using a show as a way to get back in shape, which is what I did last year, and it kind of backfired. So I'm really trying to be more intentional this time around. And I want to document the journey again, because I did enjoy documenting my first prep, and it definitely gives me a lot of perspective, and a lot of times I reflect back on how kind of insane that prep experience was, and it just reminds me that I don't think it has to be that way, and I try to be as sensible as possible when I'm going through a diet phase. So basically, I'm not prepping for a show, but this is going to be I'll come up with a better name for it, but like getting back in shape for the summer, locking in the summer arc, locking in for summer, my summer diet phase, my summer cut, something along those lines, so that hopefully you guys will enjoy and engage with this if it's something that your kind of goal is right now as well. March, April, May are nice times to kind of cut. So whether you've started already or you want to just do like 8 weeks, April through May, I think that's a perfect way to just kind of clean up your diet a little bit and get back to those habits that make you feel your best. So that's kind of where things are at for me today. Now it is probably almost 3 o'clock. Oh, it's 2:59 right now. So what I'm going to do is eat my next meal shortly, and then I was thinking that I would go to Starbucks and grab my sister and I a coffee, and I would bring that to her house and we would have that before we go for a run. For now, I'm gonna finish drinking my water. I am going to eat some food and then I will be going for a run. And my phone is telling me that I should be done my next 40 ounces of water, which I am, so that's perfect. So I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Just threw together a very easy snack for Johnny. This is 50 grams of oats, 1 scoop of whey protein, and 15 grams of peanut butter, which looks amazing in there. This is more or less what I have for breakfast every morning, but I add frozen berries. And recently I've been doing powdered peanut butter, but obviously I love real peanut butter as well. So this is going to be his pre-workout snack. It's a little ugly and messy, but it's gonna taste really good. For my own snack, I'm doing cottage cheese. This is 1% fat cottage cheese. I basically only eat cottage cheese blended now, which can be a little bit inconvenient because you have to blend it up. But I have found that using the immersion blender is the best hack, and then you don't have to transfer into a blender and clean up the blender. You can just stick the immersion blender directly into the cottage cheese container like so, and just blend up the entire container. So I'm gonna speed through. I just go until I'm happy with the consistency, which I'm happy with here. You can see it's pretty smooth. Now obviously I'll have to take a spatula and scrape everything off of the actual blender itself because I don't want to waste any cottage cheese, but this has been the best way I have found to blend it without it being a big pain in the butt and to avoid losing any cottage cheese in the blender that you can't get out. I just add a little bit of frozen berries to my cottage cheese and I microwave them for like 30 seconds so that they melt, and then it kind of makes it nice and fruity. And so I have like 175 grams of cottage cheese, and I am just gonna add 1 sweetener to this. I had to finish what was left in my other container, so I kind of made a bit of a mess of this, but I just mixed this all in, and then this is my favorite way to eat cottage cheese. Ideally, I like to put a graham cracker on this, or some like protein granola is my absolute favorite. Are you hungry? Come, let's go eat. Let's go. Should we get you some? Are you camera shy? cappuccino for me and my sister. I'm actually just waiting for her to get home, so I've been sitting in my car for a few minutes, so I haven't drank my cappuccino yet. I guess I've had 3 sips so far. So we're running a little bit behind schedule today, so I don't know, maybe we won't do a full 45 minutes. Maybe we'll just take a rest day. We will see. But I have 2 cappuccinos here for us to enjoy when she gets home from work. It's about 6:45 now. I'm home from running with my sister. Let me just angle this up a bit. And the cats have been fed, so I am gonna make supper quickly. I think I want to try and get a couple things done. This is all wet and gross. By 7:30, and then I'll eat, but I haven't made dinner yet. So I'm just gonna cook this pound of grass-fed lean ground beef, and I'm also going to boil some cauliflower. I've got some potatoes cooked already. I'll probably do some spinach with some butter chicken sauce. So I'll show you guys that. I do already have some, this is wet too, some beef leftovers in here, so I'll add the rest of what I make to this. I like to divide a pound into about 4 servings of beef. So I'll show you guys what supper looks like when that's ready. Just gonna fill up my water quickly. I would like to drink 1 more bottle today. This is a good hack if you are kind of bad at getting your water in. I make a bottle of SodaStream. I do half a serving of the syrup. I really have been enjoying the 7-Up. This is sugar-free, no calories. And then I just top up whatever the room is left in my bottle with water. And it makes it really easy to get in another 40 ounces of water. And the cats are crying, waiting for their dad to come out. 1 pan heating up to cook the beef, and then I'm gonna boil the cauliflower in here. Put some spray on here as it burns. Maybe that will be better, but I've showered, finished prepping some ingredients. So I did the beef and the cauliflower. This is kind of just a lazy meal. I am trying to be like, have more variety in my meals as I'm dieting and not be like so, I don't want to eat like a bodybuilder diet or a bro diet. I want to try and like keep things interesting, keep things as flexible as possible. The less monotony, the better. But I still like kind of just having some simple components that I can sort of mix and match into various meals. So today I'm doing 100 grams of potato, and then I will use the rest of this ground beef that was frozen. Ooh, if I can get it open. There we go. Which should be about 90 grams cooked. We'll see. Actually, all the fat is like separated, so this will be even leaner. And then I'm gonna add a handful of spinach, maybe not quite that much. And I'm doing this jarred butter chicken sauce, maybe like 45 grams. If that, actually probably not that much. That is 30 grams. Gonna microwave this, and then I'm gonna add 150 grams of cauliflower, and that's gonna be my dinner for this evening.
It'll go on sale again, so we'll get more, but
yep.
Let's finish this before we have a big thing.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I want to get some chicken. Like, beef is relatively high calorie for me.
True.
But I like to have it as an option.
But you have to finish the skewers.
Yep.
I'll do the beef, you do the skewers. How about that?
Yep. So then there's my finished meal: beef, potato, spinach with butter chicken, and then a side of cauliflower. This whole meal, not that anybody really cares, meal 3. So it's about 370 calories. And it has 34 carbs, 15 fat, 28 protein. So it's a pretty good end of my day meal, and it's very satisfying and tasty to eat. I feel so cold this evening, and it is not that cold outside. It's currently -1 outside, but I am all done for the day. Finished supper, and then I had my dessert, which is like a Greek yogurt bowl type of thing. I didn't show you that, but it's pretty simple. We finished watching The Residence on Netflix. It was really good. I really liked the kind of cozy mystery vibes that it gave off. Maybe I would give it like a 4-star rating. We enjoyed it, but I am in my hoodie. I'm ready for bed. I just need to wash my face and brush my teeth. It is 9 p.m. right now. Feeling good. I feel a little bit tired out, but nothing too bad. I ended up getting 10,000 steps today, which my intention is to keep my steps low this week. So tomorrow I am just going to do a run. I'm not doing any workout tomorrow, so hopefully they'll be a little bit lower, but I drank all my water today. I'm hitting my calories for the day at 1460. I went over on my protein. I got 144 grams of protein today, and then I was under on my carbs, and I was like right in on my fat. So really good day in terms of my macros, which is not often the case. I'm not like very invested in my macros as long as I'm hitting my calorie goal, but I have been trying to be more mindful about eating enough fat, just so that I'm feeling satiated throughout the day. But anyways, that's gonna be it for this vlog. So yeah, I do want to start making more videos. I want to share with you guys the process of setting up my personal training business, and then I want to be documenting this process of me getting back to a body composition that I am more happy with for the summer. But that is going to be it for this evening. Overall, I'm feeling really good. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. I have been MIA on Instagram as well, but I want to get back to posting consistently over there, so I will put that on the screen. And yeah, let me know any of your thoughts, any questions you have in the comment section down below. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video. I will see you in the next one. Keep going, keep chasing after your goals. Bye.